So I kinda wanted to talk about the book series that I really like, but then this shit blew up. Seems to be a thing to have a reaction to this movie trailer, but why? Guys, it looks like another bad video game movie. There's plenty of those. And yes, this does look bad in all the way video game movies look bad. Shitty dialogue.
The doctor thinks you're basic.
A character model deep in the uncanny valley. A complete disregard for the game's settings and source material. Why would you take Sonic, this character with a really cool aesthetic, with like this half-robotic, half-natural world, and plop him into the real world? But this is also nothing new. Most video game movies fail because they're cheap IPs that have some name recognition, and they're hoping that they get a few seats and butts because of that. Still, I guess this gives me somewhat of an excuse to talk about a few of these movies and why they fail, and I suppose my predictions for Sonic. This is probably the best video game movie, period. Not because of how it succeeds in any way, but because of how it fails. These are utterly ridiculous movies, lacking in any subtlety. I mean, just look at this dialogue.
If you are raided, why did you let Chan die? Why didn't you protect him?
Why didn't you?
And that's kind of the best part. Watching Christopher Lambert ham it up is honestly the most enjoyment you'll ever get out of these movies. As to the plot, it's mostly an excuse to have a series of fights that range from boring to ridiculous. As someone who's never been into fighting games, this movie is an absolute acid trip and I love it. This is the high watermark I set for Sonic. Maybe watching Jim Carrey ham it up as Dr. Robotnik will be fun, but that's about it.
Is it? See what makes it tick.
But let's say Sonic wants to take itself seriously. This is at least an interesting failure. Instead of basically just using name recognition and disregarding the source material, Warcraft fails because they follow the source material too well. I know this might piss some people off, but the story in Warcraft is really not that good. It's basically the third bastard child of Tolkien and Gygax. Adaptations are supposed to change things though, so that shouldn't be an issue. But in Warcraft, it's one boring line of exposition after another, no amount of which makes you care about these flat, uninteresting characters.
There has been a war between orcs and humans, for as long as can be remembered.
Orc. That's what
But
you
there
are
was
on the
once
beast
a
in the
time
cage
when we did not even know who our enemy was.
I know every race in the Seven Kingdoms. I've never heard of
What
an
evil
orc.
green magic the Fel
know you.
had done to us.
From the library.
Show me where you come from.
I've been researching everything. The presence of the film.
All right.
Quit explaining everything! You don't need to tell me the green stuff is bad. I can see that! I know the movie did well in China, but if I can put on my speculator glasses for just a second, that's likely because, you know how we in the West view Eastern mythology as almost alien, with far more mystery and wisdom in it? Well, I see no reason to think that's not the inverse thing going on. What are tired and boring tropes to us with little justification are new and interesting to them. That and the game is just popular there. I'm not too worried Sonic will turn into this self-serious snore fest. What I do think it will turn out like is
Tomb Raider.
this is about on par for most video game movies. Name recognition, a bad plot, and silly action scenes. This thing, though, it is a bad movie, but not notably bad. It's kind of bad where you watch the last half hour of it on TV because, hey, Mission Impossible is on next. Or you watch half of it because, the remote is on the other side of the room. Honestly, I don't even know how they keep screwing up these movies. There's just a female version of Indiana Jones with a British accent. Anyway, this is likely where Sonic will be. Bad, but not bad enough to actually lose sleep over. So yeah, in summary, another bad video game movie, guys. What is this, Day That Ends in Y? And that Detective Pikachu movie doesn't look half bad, though. Ryan Reynolds is a gem.
Case closed, but still open until I solve it.